USA Bowling presents the Bronze Level Student Certification Program with Coach Fred Borden and the voice of men's and women's professional bowling, Denny Schreiner.
And welcome back, everybody, for lesson number 2. I'm Denny Schreiner, along with the coach, Fred Borden. Hopefully, after lesson number 1, you had an opportunity to select yourself a bowling ball that not only is the proper weight, but also has a very good grip. You were able to go out and find a pair of bowling shoes that fit snugly and comfortably. And you were also able to exercise Fred Borden's 1, 2, 3, 4 timing approach to the line, and you've gotten some practice games in. But here for lesson number 2, we're going to start at the very beginning of the alphabet. With a capital A, we're going to discuss accuracy today. Now, Fred, how do you employ accuracy and how do you institute it into your bowling game?
Well, I think number 1, Denny, is in the shoulders. What we'd like for you to picture is a 36-inch arrow pointing off the shoulders. Right in the stance, we get that 36-inch arrow lined up. As we walk to the foul line, 1, 2, 3, 4, keep that arrow lined up. As you could see, there wasn't much movement in that arrow. When we walk to that foul line, we want that arrow to stay lined up right from the stance. I think another good picture is feel as though you put a cup of coffee or a Coca-Cola on your right shoulder.
Oh, I better not try that.
No, we don't want anybody to do that. But we put that cup of coffee or that Coke on the shoulder. We have that 36-inch arrow lined up, and we walk 1, 2, 3, 4 to the foul line, and we stay lined up. And boy, that'll really improve your accuracy just by staying lined up.
You know, so many times, Fred, when I watch bowlers in league play, and even the professionals sometimes, it seems as if they bob up and down once in a while, and that does lead to some problems.
It sure does. If any of you were bowling and you had the double dribble, where the ball hit the approach and then bounced over the foul line out on the lane, it's because we have the rocking chair. When we let the arm come back, we let the shoulders go down. Now we dribbled the ball into the approach, then over the foul line, the double dribble. Or the dreaded loft, where you hang up and loft it out too far. We got right to the release, and we hung on, and we pulled our shoulders back, and that causes you to throw the ball up in the air or loft the ball out on the lane.
Also the possibility, too, though, if you open or close those shoulders, turn them to the right or turn them to the left, that creates a lot of problems as well.
Yes, we call that opening and closing the shoulders like a door. And what we do is when we walk to the foul line, we swing the arm back, the shoulders are open. Let's demonstrate it. Now, if you notice, now my shoulders are open, the ball is going to go to the right. Or we come through and we close the shoulders, and now the ball is going to go to the left. So the open and closing of the shoulders and the rocking chairs, we've got to keep those shoulders in position.
You know, there's an old adage in the sport of bowling: if you get off to a good start, normally it means you'll end up with a pretty fair finish, and that's exactly true in this case.
Sure is, Denny. And what we mean by that is we have that hand right here in the stance, and we want to push that ball out on line. We want to push it out straight or square, right out over that right foot. We see people often that push the ball out to the right, and then if you push it out to the right, the arm swings behind the back. And then the reverse of that would be holding in a stance and you push it too far left. And naturally your swing bounces out away from you. Okay? So what we want to do, we want to push that push away out square on line, right out over the top of that right foot, straight out toward the lane, and get a good straight start with that push away.
Yeah, so many times you see people that don't push the ball out with the first step.
Well, that's the other item that really hurts people. What we do there is we start out and we move that foot, and the ball didn't move. So the foot's out and the ball's back. Now I'm completely out of time. I get up to the foul line now, and my foot hits the foul line, but my ball's way back here. So now look where my shoulders are pointed. Pointed dead right. Because the ball is in 3 and the foot is in 4. Watch what happens to the shoulder when I bring the ball into 4. Well, I just squared it right up. Now the opposite of that, Denny.
It's just as bad.
It sure is. And it's called early timing.
Right.
And that's where we moved the ball and the foot didn't get out underneath it. So we moved the ball a little early, okay, and we get to the foul line. Now the ball is there in front of the body. Now you can see my shoulders are pointed way over to the left. Now I got to bring it back to 4. So the trick is to get a good start. A good straight start, and start it with the right foot.
All right, the right hand and the right foot together.
Well, it has to be.
All right. Through the years, I've had the opportunity of watching not only the finest men professionals in the world, but the ladies as well. And one thing that I've always seen consistently from those players is just a beautiful, fluid, nice, straight arm swing.
Yeah, Denny, if there's one key to accuracy, the major key, we'd say, is keeping the swing on line.
Okay.
What we'd like for you to picture is picture yourself standing inside the face of a clock. Right out in front of you would be 12 o'clock. To the right of that, naturally, would be 1. Then right behind you would be 6 and 5. Now, as we push the ball out, we push it right out between 12 and 1. Now, out behind us, it's right between 5 and 6, and then right back through between 12 and 1. Here's what a lot of people do again. They push it out to the right. They drop the swing into 7, or inside of 6. Arm in, ball out. Or they push the ball left, arm out to 4 o'clock. Now we finish. We're over here at 11, so the ball goes left of the head pin. So just remember, if you wrap the ball in behind you, the ball's going to go to the right. If you bounce the swing out away from you, the ball's going to go to the left. We have to keep the swing between 12 and 1, 5 and 6, and back to 12 and 1.
One of the other things that I've noticed, Fred, in watching some of the best players in the world is not only having the straight arm swing, but also one that's controlled in length. So the length of the arm swing is very important to each individual game.
Well, it sure is. And we call that the side radius view. You know, where you push the ball out, and you get the ball low, down around the knees, then it comes up to shoulder height. Now it's coming in. It's something like an airplane making a landing. The swing's coming down toward the bottom of the swing, and then it turns around and takes off again. Or it's a pendulum motion, or a half swing. Okay? So we swing a low, saucer pendulum motion with a nice smooth stroke.
All right, we've talked about a lot of things, the arm swing and the shoulders. Let's now get down to the one aspect that's connected to all the others. That, of course, is the wrist positions.
And the hand action, huh? Mm-hmm. Boy, how important that is. We call it the flippy flops. We've got to get rid of the flippy flops.
All right.
What we'd like for you to do is put that thumb in the 10 o'clock position. We'd like to have that into the handshake position.
How you doing, Mr. Borden?
Yes, how are you?
Nice to see you since lesson number 1.
I see. Let's keep that thumb at the 10 o'clock position, and we also refer to it as the money shot. When you swing it back, keep it in toward the wallet.
Okay.
Keep your thumb in toward your hip, back and through, and reach out and shake hands. Here's the common error we see, especially with new bowlers. They put that thumb in the 10 o'clock position, and they got it in a position perfect. But as soon as they move it out, they open the hand. They flop it open. Now we have the thumb open, or what we refer to as the backup ball position. And that puts a reverse spin on the ball.
Right, and that would mean that the ball would go from left to right and obviously curve away from the pins. That's not what you want.
No, we want that ball to work into the pins. Much higher percentage of strikes when we throw the slight curve in toward the pocket.
All right, and then of course we've got a curve, a backup. Now, what is in between there? A straight ball?
Then we get the straight ball, exactly, Denny. And it's pretty much the name, the thumb straight up toward the ceiling. So we have the thumb straight up, we come straight back and straight through. Pretty good for accuracy, but again, we don't have any turn of the ball into the pins. So it's not good for throwing strikes.
All right, just a moment now. Let's chat a little bit about what you want your hand to feel like when it's in the ball. Do you want to try and be very relaxed? Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, we want looseness. You know, I think in all sports we see the great athletes are very relaxed. So we just get a hold of the ball. You don't have to squeeze a lot. You're going to be in motion. That'll help hold the ball right in your hand. Mm-hmm. So just a nice relaxed motion, and then we walk up to the foul line, and we have the arm coming into the release position like the airplane is going to release, and right here at the bottom of the swing, we drop the thumb out of the ball. Now as the airplane's taken off, the fingers feel the ball right into the follow-through.
It seems many, many times that in order to get the ball to curve, the players that really don't have a lot of experience will even try and turn the ball, come maybe over the top of the ball. That's not what you're looking for.
Not at all, Denny. What we've already set the hand. The hand with the thumb pointed at 10 o'clock and the fingers are on the outside of the ball, so you can just keep it in position with no movement. Just keep it nice and still. Because the fingers are on the side of the ball, when you swing through, drop the thumb, the fingers will automatically put rotation to automatically turn the ball into the pocket and be perfect for your strike shot.
Okay. Now, we've talked about the starting position, the stance, a lot of other aspects for our beginning bowlers. What about the finish position? What position do you want to be in when the ball is finally released?
Well, Denny, this is a big one on accuracy because we have a lot of people say, well, I never see the ball go down the lane, or I miss my mark all the time. And the reason for that is we get into the final position right here. It's something like sitting in a chair, but you have your right leg back. You sit, or we say, body down, arm up. What we see every day is people get into that foul line and they pull up and they blink their eyes and they pull up real hard with their entire body. So just body down, keep your body down, sit in the chair and stay there and just let it roll right over the target.
All right, that sounds good. Now, let's review, I guess, the basic aspects of accuracy. First and foremost, I guess you want that 36-inch arrow, huh?
Yeah, we want to line those shoulders up. And we need to get a good start. We need to keep that swing on line. We need to keep that hand from the flippy flops, keep it in the 10 o'clock or the shake hands position. Then we need to get the clean release at the bottom of the swing and stay down and watch it roll down the lane.
All right, don't forget, accuracy is the name of the game in bowling. Get out this week and practice if at all possible. Don't forget lesson number 3. Fred and I will teach you how to make those spares.